Hello, everyone. Well, on that introduction, I just wanted to point out that I see a lot of faces in the crowd tonight. My mother is not here. I don't know what's worse, that she didn't show up or that I still live with her, but... You know, I've always really struggled with women, and it's because of my mother. I said, Mom, I found the one. Her name is Sarah. Is that Sarah with an H or Sarah with an STD? My girlfriend and my mother are always fighting. Last month, it got physical, and Sarah lost a lot of blood. I offered to give her a blood transfusion, but my mother said, absolutely not. She's already sucking the life out of you. Now, this led to some renal issues, kidney stones for Sarah. My mother celebrated by throwing those stones at her. I said, Mom, that's not very Christ-like. Didn't he say, he who has not sinned shall cast the first stone? Chris, if you want to emulate Jesus, become a virgin. Now, that's not to say that my girlfriend doesn't have her faults, because she does. I mean, she's really clingy. Her pet nickname is Velcro. My girlfriend, Velcro, my mother came up with that, actually. But... I mean, it's just so stressful because I've got to do something fast because Sarah has wedding fever. And she thinks that it would be unique to spend our honeymoon in Iran. That's the one thing that my mother agrees with her on. She said, you know, you guys should spend your honeymoon in Iran because then at least her face would be covered. Now it's Christmas time. So many people in here, they're setting up potential plans for memories that they're going to share for decades. I asked my mother, I said, is it okay if Sarah comes over for Christmas? She says, well, you know, I really don't feel like putting up a Christmas tree this year. I'll tell you what, if Sarah wears a green dress and holds the ornaments in the corner, we'll sneak her in. She said, by the way, there will be no kissing under the mistletoe this year. Unless, of course, it's the kiss of death. I didn't know what to say, so I tried to change the subject with my Santa Claus impersonation. Ho, ho, ho. She said, that's exactly what I mean. Being, you know, pulled between the love of your life and your girlfriend, that has some real stress. Neither of them like my career choices. I have an MFA in theater. That means Masters of Fine Arts. My mother said, so I co-signed your MFA? Yes. Okay. MFA now stands for my favorite asshole. Sarah says, you know, I always wanted to marry a doctor, someone with an MD after his name. After yours, you might as well have WTF. You don't know what it's like, though. I mean, even at the movies. I've got my girlfriend next to me. I've got my mother next to me. My girlfriend whispers to me, she says, you tell her to pay for the popcorn this time. Get the $15 of the popcorn from her. I look to my right. I ask my mother. I have to look back to Sarah. Yeah, she doesn't want to give you the $15, and she has a message for you. She wants to do something to you that she doesn't want me to do to you. I don't know what to do. I'm trying to make a living before our honeymoon escapade. I got a job as a security guard recently. It's $10.50 an hour, no benefits, unless you count sleeping on the job. But, you know, the thing about security is everyone compares it with police work. And I don't get that because impersonating a police officer is a felony. Impersonating a security guard is a crime against oneself. So, in case you think I'm one of these security cards that's drunk with power when I'm at work, I'm just drunk. And you should see my daily reports. Like, if there's any kind of criminal activity going on there. I guarded a pool this past summer. At 1,500 military hours, fat ass puts on SPF 50. At 1,600 military hours, Marco Polo is identified as a missing person. But this isn't my first foray into something creative. I was once a published poet. But there's not any money in poetry. Not enough anyways. Do you know what the average poet does at the end of every month? We use coffee filters for toilet paper. And toilet papers for coffee filters. And on that last day, sometimes it's used toilet paper for coffee filters. So if you think that there's some pretty crappy tasting coffee coming out of a poet's house, you're probably right. One last thing I want to say. I'm going to be really faithful to Sarah amongst this all because friendships are really important, relationships in general. I told my friend recently, my friend's name is Danielle, it used to be Dan, I said, I'm going to try to become a stand-up comic right now. They said, you're not funny at all. I said, okay, well, you're not really a woman. Thank you, everyone.